My Journey from a Dorm Room to the Metaverse by Mark Zuckerberg. Hello, everyone. It's truly humbling to stand before you today and talk about my journey, not just as a tech entrepreneur or the guy behind Facebook, but as a human being who's faced doubts, taken risks, and tried every single day to build something meaningful for the world. If someone had told the 19-year-old version of me sitting in a Harvard dorm room that one day billions of people would connect through something I helped build, I probably would have smiled, nodded, and gone back to writing code. Not because I didn't dream big, but because the only thing that mattered back then, and still does, was the mission. Let me take you back to where it all began. A curious kid with a computer, I grew up in a small town called Dobbs Ferry in New York. My dad was a dentist and my mom was a psychiatrist. I wasn't a child prodigy, but I was curious, deeply curious about how things work. I remember getting my first computer when I was about 10. While most kids were playing video games, I was trying to understand how they were made. By the time I was in middle school, I had built a messaging system called Zucknet for my family. It wasn't anything fancy, but it allowed computers in my house and in my dad's dental office to communicate. That was my first taste of building something people could use. Programming wasn't just a hobby. It was a way to solve problems, to bring ideas to life, and to connect people. Harvard and the birth of Facebook, fast forward to Harvard, I was studying psychology and computer science. During my sophomore year, I built a program called FaceMash. It lets students compare photos and vote on who was more attractive. Yes, it was controversial. It also crashed the Harvard servers. That taught me two lessons. Elsa, one, build something that gets people's attention. Two, understand the impact your creations can have. Soon after, I started working on a new idea, a digital directory that allowed college students to connect, share their profiles, and stay in touch. Something simple, something social. I didn't know it then, but on February 4, 2004, when I launched the Facebook with my roommates, we had just lit the spark that would change how people connect forever. The struggles behind the success from the outside, it might look like Facebook was an overnight success. But the truth is, it was anything but easy. I dropped out of Harvard to move to Palo Alto and focus full time on Facebook. It was a huge risk. I had no backup plan, no certainty. I was 20 years old, living in a tiny house with my co-founders, coding 18 hours a day, eating cold pizza, and dreaming about changing the world. We faced every kind of obstacle you can imagine. Lawsuits, server crashes, money shortages, media skepticism. And then there was the constant fear. Are we building the right thing? Will people care? Will we even survive the next month? But here's what kept us going, the mission. From day one, our goal was clear: to make the world more open and connected. Every decision, from product design to hiring, was built around that mission. Doubts, mistakes, and growth, let me be honest with you, I made mistakes. Big ones. I've trusted the wrong people. I've moved too fast. I've moved too slow. I've said things I regret. I've had moments where I questioned everything, my leadership, my decisions, my values. But those moments of doubt became opportunities to grow. I learned that leadership isn't about having all the answers. It's about asking the right questions, listening more than speaking, and owning your mistakes publicly and privately. There were times I was under immense public pressure. People called us reckless. They accused us of compromising privacy. They question our ethics. And while criticism hurts, I believe it's also fuel. It forces you to evolve, to go deeper into your purpose, to rebuild trust, not just with words, but with action. The evolution of social media, when Facebook started, it was just for college students. But soon, we expanded to high schools, then to anyone with an email address. What amazed me was how humans naturally craved connection. Photos, messages, groups, it all exploded. We weren't just building a product anymore. We were building a global community. Over time, Facebook became more than a social network. It became a tool for activism, disaster response, long-lost family reunions, and even life-saving efforts. But with that growth came responsibility. We realized we weren't just connecting people. We were shaping culture, discourse, and democracy. That responsibility led to new challenges: fighting misinformation, protecting user data, and ensuring fairness in algorithms. These aren't just tech issues. They're human issues. And they force us to ask ourselves, what kind of world are we building? Building for the future in 2021. We rebranded Facebook as Meta, not because we were leaving social media behind, but because we were reaching for something even bigger. The metaverse may sound futuristic, but here's how I see it. The next evolution of the internet, from two-dimensional screens to immersive experiences where you feel present with others, no matter the distance. Imagine studying in a virtual classroom that feels like Hogwarts, working from a digital office with people from 5 continents, attending a concert with your favorite artist while sitting in your bedroom. That's what we're building. Not for the sake of hype, but because we believe the future of connection is deeper, more emotional, and more human. It won't be easy. It's risky. It's expensive. It might take a decade. But if there's one thing I've learned, it's this: the biggest rewards often come from taking the boldest steps. Balancing life, family and purpose. I'm also a husband and a father now. That changes everything. It grounds you. Having children teaches you what really matters. It reminds you that the work you do today isn't just for quarterly results. It's for the kind of world you leave behind. That's why I've pledged 99% of my Facebook shares, worth billions of dollars, to the Zuckerberg initiative, which my wife Priscilla and I founded. Our mission is to advance human potential and promote equal opportunity in areas like education, science, and justice. Because what's the point of building great technology if we don't also build a better society? What I've learned along the way, let me end by sharing a few things I've learned, not as a CEO, but as someone who started with a keyboard and a crazy idea. Start before you're ready. You'll never have all the answers. Just begin. You can always iterate. Solve real problems. Don't chase trends. Chase impact. Stay mission-driven. Money follows meaning, not the other way around. Build with empathy. Technology is nothing without understanding the people who use it. Ignore the noise. Everyone will have an opinion. Your job is to stay focused. Failure is part of the path. If you're not failing, you're probably not trying hard enough. Surround yourself with believers. The right team can turn any dream into reality. Protect your time. The most valuable thing you own isn't your code or your company. It's your time. Reinvent yourself. Every few years, burn the old playbook. Write a new one. Give back. Success means nothing if it's only yours. The journey continues. If someone asks me today, Mark, what are you most proud of? I won't say Facebook's user count or Meta's valuation. I'll say this, I'm proud that we tried. We failed, we learned, we grew. And we never gave up on our mission to bring people closer together. The internet connected computers, social media connected people. And I believe the future, the Metaverse, AI, and beyond will connect our experiences, our imagination, and our shared humanity in ways we've only dreamed of. So wherever you are in your journey, whether you're a student, a creator, a builder, or just someone trying to figure it all out, I want to tell you, you matter. Your ideas matter. Your struggle is shaping something beautiful. The world doesn't need more followers. It needs more builders, more thinkers, more doers. Be one of them. Thank you.